Welcome, one and all, starseeds, light workers, way showers, astrology lovers, ascension path goers, and all around humans having this wonderful human experience. I am Chanda Sparkles, and this is Tuesday Night Astrology Live, and we're also going to do some cards. We do this every single week on Tuesday night. Come on in, get yourself something to drink, chill out, and have some frequency fun with us here in the Sparkle Chat. We are broadcasting on YouTube as well as Facebook, and we have beautiful groups that welcome us in every single week to do our thing, and we thank them greatly. I am multi-streaming, so if you happen to be an admin on Facebook, I can add multiple platforms. If you want me to come in weekly and do this for your group, be sure to hit me a DM and let me know, and I would be happy to share frequency with you on these beautiful evenings. It has been a week, and it's only Tuesday. I will say that this week is about consciousness through clarity, through being the detective of our life, having to go through and pick apart a lot of little bitty moving parts in possible multiple ways. But even though we have a little bit of resistance and some things happening midweek, specifically tomorrow and Thursday, could get a little stressful, a little anxious. It's not as extreme and as dynamic as we have been experiencing since we started experiencing that big grand cross involving the North and South karmic nodes and Mars and Pluto. That is still present, but it's moving on because Pluto has retrograded back into Capricorn. Yes, heading towards the United States of America's degree point where the United States was born. And so that's kind of a big deal. We'll dive into the week ahead astrology. I always tap in to remind you, what's coming throughout, because we have Solstice coming next week and that beautiful, big, juicy Gemini moon that's happening. Oh my gosh, it's about discovery. This is a discovery week. If you're new to the channel, you probably didn't hear me say it, but every month I coin a month saying, okay, this is kind of the overall energy. And what came through for my guides was jumping timelines June, meaning we're going to have a lot of moving parts. We're going to be discovering a lot of things And some of those things really coming through as solutions, really being able to understand that we are the designer, the ultimate designer, as source, God, creator moves through us. All right. I see everyone loading in the chat. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Do all that fun stuff on YouTube. And we do giveaways here, package ones with sponsors. So I was going to do the giveaway tonight, if that's okay with you guys, because for the past, I believe it's 4 or 5 weeks, we have been having you get registered on the YouTube channel, okay? And the only way you can do that is by liking, subscribing, and then make sure you comment on the replay YouTube video only, okay? Doesn't count in the live chat. So we have a winner, and I thought we'd just go ahead and get that part done, because I know that she's probably anxious. I know she's probably excited to find out who it is. So a YouTube follower, her name got drawn. It is Aquarius. Aquarius. Yes. Congratulations, Aquarius. Aquarius, we love you. You are so loved. Congratulations. Congrats to Aquarius. She is the winner. We have a lovely, mystical, crafty woman who is here on the island, who happens to be one of my close sisters, who wanted to sponsor. And we're so excited that Annette Chastain was our sponsor. She's giving away an oracle reading, as well as distant Reiki healing. And then also she creates some of those most magical things. I mean, all kinds of different things. But she created this beautiful besom for Aquarius. See there? Look at this. Is this not lovely? Look at all of the beautiful jewels and herbs and the energy. Oh my, to that night side. Calm down, ego, right? Anyway, you can use it in your practice now, Aquarius. You're also winning this beautiful Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle deck. That's from yours truly. And then we have all sorts of goodies in this little bag here. We have an Andorra. We have a moon holder for like cards or pictures, and multiple stones and crystals and herbs, all those little sachet bags. Yeah, those are from Annette Chastain, handcrafted with magic, infused with luminous light and honest activations of the shadow for protection. All right. So, and then also I threw in an Andorra, and I threw in a very pale pink quartz crystal. Okay, so congratulations. Thanks everybody for helping us grow the channel. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go for another 100 subscribers, okay? So the next 100 subscribers will do the next giveaway package. And it's always a package, it's always fun. If you're new, hi, I'm Chanda Sparkle's Intuitive Conscious Channeler, okay? Also astrologer, evolutionary astrology, but I also study the astronomy. I always keep up with what's happening in our skies physically, as well as the astrology that affects us here. So we kind of mix it all up, and then I channel a collective called the 12, and they've been with me since I was born. Various different beings of light and shadow that I've worked with. So all is done through Divine Creator with the highest of frequency intentions. We are multidimensional beings. We are feeling this now. We are in this now. We had an initiation phase that we just went through, right? So now we're like fine-tuning things and getting discovery. Discovery was a huge for jumping timeline June, discovery. You're going to discover that you're jumping into a whole new reality multiple times in multiple ways. It's a multifaceted multi-jump, okay? And for the grid workers, okay? So I don't know if you were here when we started, and I'll show you this here in just a second, but for the grid workers, we have all of this time between now and the solstice, which is happening next week. It is on the 21st, midweek on Wednesday. That is when the sun moves into Cancer, winter solstice and summer solstice, all right? So between now and then, we're going to have these little initiations that are going to show us solutions. Yes, everybody get excited. It is a solutions type week. Not without a little bit of challenge, though. But things are getting better. Saturn is going to go retrograde, and literally Saturn goes retrograde, and then we have the new moon in Gemini. That's in a square over to the lovely, higher consciousness, boundless spiritual energies of Neptune, ruler of Pisces and Pisces. Saturn. This is our first Saturn experience with a retrograde in Pisces since 1994-95. My son has his Saturn in Pisces, and he's having his Saturn return. So Saturn has stationed, and he will be going retrograde, okay? So then after that, we have Neptune going retrograde and Venus going retrograde, okay? So this is the retrograde time. It's the retrograde time, which means it's more of a within time for those characteristics of that planet in the sky, and that's where you want to look and pay attention to the house. The house placement is always going to give you the answers, my darlings, all right? All right, so we'll get into the calendar. I do want to talk about this Gemini energy that we're experiencing. And say hi to everybody in the chat and see how they're doing. Please put it in there where you're from, because it's always nice to know where everybody is from. We have the moderators. Thanks to the moderators for keeping it sparkling clean in the chat. And thank you. Yes, the music's pretty good. Dominique, hi, how are you doing? And Jan's here. Christine, local Padre Island girl herself. If you're new, I'm broadcasting from Texas. Can you tell? Yeah, we have been having some of the most amazing aqua, borderline tropical, almost looking Florida, kind of clear, beautiful blue-green waters than I've seen in some time. I was like, wow, this is amazing. It's really beautiful. We're really loving it down here. So if you want to go on vacation and you want to come and check out these waters, it would probably be a good idea. And the beautiful Renee. Hi, Renee. Thank you so much. Thank you for being a moderator and being my brother. I just love you, love you. And we have Amy here from Facebook. I see you there. A few others from Facebook. And let's see who else. We have Julie. Hey. Hi, Julie. How are you? Cats Unity. Yes, congratulations to Aquarius. I love the name. I can't help but sing it. It's just the way it is. And then Renee, number of change. Cool. Oh, very good. You know what? I saw 555 right before I loaded in. I looked down at my phone sitting on the charger and boom, it popped up 555. I saw it again this morning, which is a frequency of change. It also is it's not an easy change. It's an awkwardness sometimes, an awkward change, but a necessary change because you found different solutions, okay? You don't jump timelines without a little bit of strange. There's been some strange, has there not? It has been a strange world that we've lived in for a while, and I'm just going to tell you, it's going to stay strange for a while. And that's just the new normal. Yeah, I said it. God, I don't even like saying that, right? Okay, and then Terry's here. Hi, Terry. And Amy's coming from Prosperity, she says. Awesome. Okay, and yes, yay, Dragon Magic. She is here from Ontario, Canada. Hi there, Tracy. Hi, Tracy. Okay, well, let's get moving. Everybody, if you happen to be on Facebook and you want to share out the video, I'd appreciate it. So we can get plenty of people in here to raise the frequency together tonight. It's Pride Month. Isn't that awesome? Okay, so Gemini. Gemini is that adolescent teenager that's not quite a teen. Okay, for the parents out there, you know what I mean. It's that I'm too big for my britches attitude and I know it all. Okay, that's the stage, we'll say, that we're setting with this Gemini energy as it's coming towards the end of its run. Okay, and it's like that aha moment for people that don't have children. It's like that aha moment that happened out of some just aggravating or awkward, or it's like puberty. Puberty is awkward, right? And so it's kind of like we're coming out of that by the Cancer solstice. All right. Gemini is getting busy. It's all about how we communicate. It's how we think. Are we communicating spiritually? Are we communicating with love? How are we communicating? We may have a lot of communicating we're trying to get done via emails, texts, just all of that stuff, voice chats back and forth, FaceTimes, all of that stuff that you're doing. It's all with a purpose right now, because it's like a fluttering, like it's pushing along. And truly, with all of this energy from Capricorn, it's that we're looking at revisiting, revising, and revamping and deconstructing. It's a whole of it. It's a still deconstruct. Okay, is really what we're diving in here. And Gemini energy, I don't know if you noticed, but I got one side of my hair sticking up and the other side's down. Okay, because I am being Gemini right now. I'm two sides. I am the duality. Okay, this side is different than this side, but I'm still one, right? Okay, so just having some fun with the energies and understanding that there's going to be two sides to every story right now. Hell, there may be 10, okay? And there's a lot of information coming, and can you believe it? Can you not? That is up to you to really use your discernment and to remember, okay, Sun is in Gemini. It's at the very end, which means it's getting later in the degrees. We're going to be hearing about a lot of stuff around the world, lots of world newses, like shakeups, volcanoes. There'll be nature events, stuff like that. It's just going to, that stuff's just going to be part of it. But in your own life, you're finding solutions with creative ideas. Becoming creative is a really good idea this week. You will feel liberation coming. And if you're not already feeling it, you may be one of those that's got to get through the next couple of days. I'm not saying everybody's going to have, strains over the next couple of days, but out of the whole week, those are the days that I'm going, okay, really pay attention here, okay? I want to I was going to do this degree, but I think I'm going to do this real quick just to make sure I'm not missing anything. I put big week of movement through clarity. How are you coming to conclusions that are clear? You may not be able to right now, but you will as we approach the Gemini moon and you become still, okay? Yes, I said Gemini and still. That sounds like it doesn't make any sense, right? Because Geminis are always on the go. They often have 2 or 3 different jobs. They're often moving and shaking and doing. But also they are anxiety driven, okay? It's like a fuel to them, okay? Like they move and go through this. And Mercury freshly into Gemini, ruler of Gemini, Mercury, the winged messenger. He's the only one that can get in to see Pluto. He can go around and talk to all of the planets and be accepted, okay? But sometimes he runs around gossiping and he mixes his words, and he'll do it like purposely. It is like the trickster energy as well, not being forthright, maybe even doing it on purpose just to be that way. Gemini, I love you. Anyway, as we're going out the week, remember relations with Venus and Mars in this square to this Taurus moon. Okay, so we have the Taurus moon happening right now. Okay, this morning it passed over the north. Well, actually, this afternoon it passed over the north node, Jupiter. Okay, really expanding, and it's heading to Uranus and about to get conjunct to Uranus tonight and into the morning. Tomorrow morning, the moon is going to be in a sextile to Saturn. Okay, so Saturn wants discipline, he wants structure, he wants you to do something in the right fashion, the good old way that you used to do it. But you have other things coming at you that is saying, okay, you thought this was the right way to do this the whole time, and you've been doing this the whole time. And then all of a sudden you get this illumination of clarity. Why didn't I change? Why didn't I shift out of that in order to be in this clarity that I have now? That's a big energy this week. Venus and Mars in the square to this moon in Taurus says relationship solutions come simply, not complex. Simple Simon wins the route. Okay. And then you've got some very tense conversations. You want to be thinking things through. On Thursday, you're kind of like, you've gotten this information and now you're thinking things through. You know, there could be some earth shakeups. I'm just kind of putting that out there for Thursday. We're going to watch for that because the moon, it could even go in tomorrow night. The moon is going to cross Uranus, the great awakener, ruler of Aquarius, our freedom. You know, Uranus being in Taurus there. Taurus rules the earth shakeups, okay? Then we're going to be looking to see what is real come Friday. On Friday, it's going to be more like of an energy of, I think I know everything. I think I got all this. I think I'm pretty clear. And then you realize, okay, no, you weren't. You didn't have everything. You didn't know all the information. All of the little pieces of the puzzle you thought were there are now missing because gremlins stole them in the night, you know, kind of energy out of the blue. But ask yourself, what is real and what isn't? And then acceptance of it is critical here. The acceptance of whatever it is clear. And you will know, trust, you'll know. These are long-term issues, long-term cycles, long things that we have been just peeling away and detective, you know, like looking through a crime scene for 10 years, trying to catch the murderer, and then going back and doing it again, and in one last sweep, you find a hair. Booyah, DNA. Booyah, thanks guides. That was just activation for you. And that's sometimes how my channel comes through. It just comes through and boom, there's the activation. Having nothing to do with what I'm saying. So this is how the conscious channel works. It just starts to flow. Clarity on the long term. Yes, I put it right there. First station since 1994 of Saturn in Pisces. What is Saturn in Pisces? Saturn in Pisces is bringing spirit to matter, baby. Saturn in Pisces is saying, are you stepping forth in your integrity through your spirituality? Are you putting forth your consciousness, your most high, before your ego? Are you allowing your structures to become dissolved and really vanish? Boundless consciousness is here for you to bring it into the planet. This is how we do with the crystalline grid activations. Really good practice to do a grid activations. Even if you only have a few crystals, you don't need that many. It's your intention. It's your process prior, and it's how you hold your integrity prior, during, and after. And knowing that those are with you will also hold the integrity. It's like embodiment of code through your highest intention. Okay, you're embodying the code, therefore activating in the planet. Okay, and you're activating the actual crystals themselves. This is why I brought out a little bowl that I'm going to share with you about the crystalline grid, okay? Really good to go out, work with nature, take some crystals, take some stones, do an offering of tobacco, you can go and look at like the blue lotus flower and pull in Isis. That's a good thing. We're moving and shifting this cycle so that we can step into the summer that's going to be a little rocky, okay? And you may find some blocks. But this week, when we move into this Gemini new moon, we'll be in the dark moon phase. Now remember, the dark moon, okay? So it's not a new moon that you want to start setting intentions on until 24 to 48 hours after the new moon apexes, okay? Because you want to be able to give that slither in the sky. When you go out, you look up, you see the slither of the crescent moon. That's when you start. That's when you begin. That's when you activate. That's when you initiate everything. I myself love this because the moon is happening either late Saturday night or early Sunday morning, depending on your time zone. 1-2 more days, and that is the eve of the equinox. And eve of the solstice. Sorry. We had an event called Eve of the Equinox. That's why that flowed right through my channel easily. Okay, so the 20th is a really good day. The day before the actual solstice to do any kind of spiritual intention, ritual, prayer, whatever it is that you are into and you do it on that 20th. And guess what? That lands on a Tuesday, and we'll be right here, and I'm going to do a crystalline grid. I'll already have it. It's just going to be a baby one, just so that you can see it on the screen. It's not big, huge, but I'm going to just kind of show you the process of how I do my crystalline grids, and we'll do one right here together. And when we come in, we'll receive the code from all the intention and all the work that I've been doing on my, collection of herbs, oils, stones. I also, you go out during that season and you forage the land, connecting with the cosmos as you do so, knowing your intention prior to going, and really play the game with you, because you're a conscious creator. You're a manifested motherfucker. You can go out there and you can gather yourself some herbs or some beach grass, or wherever you're at, some pine, or wherever you are and what is available to you, and use that with your grid, especially if you're doing an inside grid. I feel like it's important to bring the nature in, bring it to us. You can, even if you only can, go out and get some grass in your backyard and put it, with a crystal in a little sachet bag and sit and hold intention over it, and that's fine enough too. The sun is powerful. You can charge it in the sun. Just giving you some ideas, because this is we could go very far. We could jump timelines in astounding ways. This energy of the ley lines, the way I see it, when I was in my meditation, I was like, okay, because before I go into the meditation, and I'm speaking about how I'm going to do this grid. I have the intention. I want to let them show me how it should be done. And I was seeing how the ley lines have grown, especially at their nodal axis point, right? When they cross right there, those have widened in width from all of these solar activities and CMEs and everything we've been having. If you look back to 2018, we had no solar flares in 2018. They were little C flares, but no M flares. And now it's okay, we had 8 M flares today. Yesterday was 9, or you see what I'm saying? It's more and more and more is coming. Therefore, you're seeing more and more people elevate and learn what it's like to have a conscious reality that you live in daily. Okay? So we'll have that Gemini moon, and I'll go over the chart. Just remember, understand, be still on Sunday. Be still on Sunday to take action methodically, presently on Monday. Okay? Because we're still easing into this new moon. And then, that's the day that Saturn and Jupiter are going to sextile. Sextile is an alignment that astrologers use to say, okay, if you take action on this, you will receive. But it's not like a trine where the energies flows effortlessly and there's really no action needed. It's just kind of flowy. Okay. All right. You following me there? I hear somebody that's a little confused. That's the other thing. I get messages here on the light side, here on the shadow side or night side. If that's easier for you to kind of see, it's a dark and a light. It may be opposite for you because of the camera. But be present. Take action in a present manner on Monday. Okay. I put really feel into the vision of the dream, whatever the dream be for you. It's very visionary, expansive, bringing form, Saturn in Pisces, spirit into matter by expanding, magnifying. It could be around adventures, even. It could be around travel. It could be around foreigners to you, people who are different from you. Opening yourself up to the wonderment. There's that word again. The wonderment of this very end of Gemini season. That's just so beautiful because it's like as soon as we see that crescent moon in the sky, we'll have this beautiful shift into summer and winter solstice on this Cancerian, gorgeous, motherly, nurturing. And I see the rose. I've seen the rose a few times. Even saw the lotus flower when I've been connecting in with this week's energy. And I love the mother rose because Cancer is all about the rose. It's that loving nurture. You nurture a rose bush. Now, mother can also poke you and make your finger bleed, right? It's the same kind of thing. It's about self-value too. Self-value in self and in your area, where you live, where you work, what you do. Gemini is about your community, your local community. It's not far-fetched. It's right there. And that local community also could be online. If you're like involved in a local community online and y'all meet regularly, that could still be considered Gemini energy because it's your community, right? Like here with the Sparkle Chat tribe. Also the Earth Grid Keepers, all the different people that we work with. It could be your neighbors and your brothers and your sisters, your literal family, involving your siblings. That's all Gemini energy. It's fast thinking. This is fast stuff coming in, and sometimes it can be overwhelming and you become anxious. So take it very easy. And then on next Tuesday, when that moon moves into Leo, it'll be opposite of Pluto late that evening. Well, not super late, around 5 or 6. That's Eastern time. Okay. So that could get a little stressful, and then we'll have summer solstice the next day. But I'll talk to you more about the crystal grid for summer solstice next week. But I did want to show you this. So I got a new baby. I'm going to pull up the screen here, and we're going to... Hi, everybody. I see you there loading in the chat. Thanks for being here. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe, okay? And please go over to the YouTube if you're on. I can't get that to go. There it goes. If you happen to be on Facebook. All right. So what I have here is a crystal bowl. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see it that well because of me. There it goes. And inside here, I have a Lumerian and lots of little baby Lumerians. On this new Lumerian, I also have an inner child healer. There is also right there a very old gold earring with little angels on it that comes from my ancestors. Okay, I only have one of these. It came from my Aunt Mickey's aunt, which would mean it's my great aunt, Flora. She brought us in the circle and brought back my biological father after he died and drowned in St. Croix Virgin Islands, U.S. Virgin Islands, the night before his burial. And this, after my aunt passed, this was something that just, like, I was kind of looking through, and because she'd said I could have some jewelry or whatever, and I was like, this is something I'll never wear, but it's something that I will use, because I believe in using precious metals with alchemy anytime we do crystal grid or any kind of ritual. It really helps to infuse your intentions. It helps to activate it. They speak to each other, if that makes sense. Okay. And then this baby, I love, 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 love. Let's see if I can show you. It has all the lines, which when you're in meditation with the Lumerian crystal, the lines act as timeline activators. They act as memory, recall memory. And this one specifically has the inner child, and then this baby here. And so when I immediately saw it, and I knew it would fit in my hand perfectly, it's about 4 inches, a little over 4 inches, and I was like, that's it, that's the one for Solstice. And I got it, and I love it. And then I have all these babies that I'm going to use in the grid, and we're going to have an activation here on the weekend. So I don't think I'll be doing it the day before. I haven't got clear instructions on that yet, but we'll see how it goes, right? You just never know. Living in the intuitive flow is how I go and roll. All right, there we go. Okay, cool. So let's pull up the chart so y'all can look at the chart. Oh, let's not have that. We'll come back to the cards. There we go. I'm feeling a little bit more hopeful, since I felt a shift on Saturday, but it was like I was dragging and I couldn't move. They had me laid down. I'm not kidding. Last week, sorry I missed, but there was just so much going on energetically as well as physically showing up here that we're battling. And I finally just literally peeled off the armor and said, I literally said, come get me. Opened myself up to surrender to it all, because it was getting extremely painful and challenging and, life-changing if I didn't put the halt on some things. So glad that is done. And I was having a hard time connecting. I have been having a hard time, and this happens sometimes, and we do our best, right? They clearly came through. Anna is my red dragon. She's red and gold. And she came through, and then Grandfather Dragon came through about 48 hours later. And then I was like, okay, I know what has to be done. So we took action, but I'm still in discovery. And I know when I'm having stuff like this, because I'm a conduit for the energy, I'm also like a filter a lot of the time. I'll hear, sense, get flashes of people, places, things that I have know in my human incarnation what's going on with it. So, that tells me I know other things are going on for other people, and that this could, get rocky for some folks. So, all right, let's go ahead and do the chart. Yes, imagine the grids amplifying across the world. Now, and I'm going to also squash something, and if I offend you with it, I apologize, but it's the guidance that I've received on this, and it is that first of all, I'm not a fan of the Gregorian calendar. Many people know this. Secondly, you don't have to do anything if you're not feeling it. If you want to do it, the night of the dark moon, maybe you've got some deep, dark stuff that you need to release. Go for it. I'm saying what I got in the channel and what we're doing, but you always follow your highest guidance and your astrology. You know, if you know that maybe this ain't going to be the greatest time for you, you can do your stuff on another day. Absolutely, okay? But you don't have to do it on that date, because we have things called progressions in astrology. It's even, this is something else. And this is coming through. So people who are having their birthday, sometimes their birthday is not, most times their birthday is not on their actual day. Sometimes, but not all the time. Sometimes it's the next day. You know, it just depends on when your sun comes back to your exact degree and minute time on your astrological chart. That's, if you want to get, like, you want to be on it, then that's what you look for. Okay. All right. Let's look at this. And I have this here. Yeah, I do have some things. I am kind of in the state of flow. Here we go. Is that it? Nope, wrong one. I think I did that last week too. Wrong one. Okay, let's go up here. We did the Hades. I think it's this one. Yeah, there it is. Okay. I want to read the Gemini new moon inside degree, because there's so much here that is just so on point that I just love. I just love this degree placement. When I read it, I was like, yay. First of all, we're in the year of the rabbit, as dear Jerry Lynn, one of our moderators, pointed out. And I was like, you're right. I hadn't thought about it. I know I speak of it right at the beginning of the year, and then sometimes I just get going on so many other things I forget about it. So yeah, this Gemini moon's overlying energy is a cloud in the shape of a rabbit. Okay, have the code, see it, visualize it. There it is. Fabulous. Inward, visualizing gifts and streams. Picturing the flux of life with extraordinary acuity of fluent perception. Oh, so good. That is so good. Witnessing with life with extraordinary acuity of fluent. Oops, hold on. I read with this, so excuse me. Hold on. No. Perception. Witnessing with rapt fascination how everything moves, changes, and stays the same. Granted a golden eye for phenomena and the rapid fire streaming through the images and impressions. Always watching, always just about beside yourself with the clarity of it, the pure suchness of this world. Wonderment, right? Immense difficulty in communicating and sharing this God's eye view. Words will not contain it. You must find a physical language and an imaginative landscape that can be telepathically transmitted. You have inside the greatest gifts to share and spread. And the life challenge becomes to form the vessel, and multidimensionality reality is already here now to bring us alive, even when the outer mind still drawing blanks on what the fuss is all about. It's kind of like our oversoul, highest self, source consciousness, Christ consciousness, going, they tripping. They don't really, it's kind of like they're even in like this shock that we're all tripping out on all this stuff, all this crazy stuff happening. And it gets really real, right? It gets really real because you're really up in it, right? And so we got to come back and reality check ourselves. And remember, it's not real. Hold on. What's real is sitting here on this live stream talking about this ascension path, if that's what you want to call it, and allowing the flow and the process to do it just as it's done. You know, I have very little preparation other than going through my meditation, setting everything up, gathering what's needed. You know, at last minute, certain things will come through and I add them, you know, or, you know, it's all about really being present with the mind. You know, most intuitive star seeds, people who are empaths, they really feel everything. So they got that down pat. They can feel into things easily. But are you using an intuitive mind? Not so much because with Neptune in a square over to this moon, it's requiring you use your Neptunian mind, as well as, you know, your heart, your higher cosmic heart. And almost forgot, that's why I'm wearing this shirt. I'm totally embodying it. This new moon is across from the galactic center, which is at the center of our Milky Way at 27 degrees and 33 minutes. This is a huge ascension portal, gateway, stargate, higher level Christ consciousness bridge, Golden Gate Bridge. Seeing the Golden Gate Bridge. So things coming through, that's why I said it's such a powerful time. Whenever you do any kind of activation, intention, ritual work, prayer, it's very powerful right now. So please do your duty. Okay? I am going to turn the AC because for some reason it's got really hot in here. And it's at 73 degrees. It should not be this hot. So I don't know what's going on. Probably needs a new filter. Yeah, smudging the house all the time, that'll do that. Okay. But that's okay. Let's look at this chart. Let's see what we've got to, or if anybody's got any questions before I go forward. Oops. There we go. Renee says, imagining all the grids amplified across the world. Yes. Hi, Christy. Cool. You have to go into YouTube. Maybe somebody will pop over there. You can find it in the description of this video, my YouTube channel, and then you just go to live. It'll probably be going when you go there. Just got to make sure you're on the live at the top. Most of the people are over on YouTube. Thank you, Amy. That's nice. Okay, cool. Happy Pride Sparkle Tribe. Yes, indeed. We are all brothers and sisters, and may we all treat each other in that way. We're all just trying to figure out this life and do our best and live by our heart. And I wish more people would do that, you know. It shouldn't matter, you know, if I'm an astrologer or if you're gay or if you're a Catholic. You know, everybody should be free to be who they are, as long as they're not causing any harm to anybody and they're living in their truth, in their light. And you know what? It's their soul's journey to take. You know, their soul is the only one that knows that journey. You know, so they may make a mistake and do something and then regret it. Oh my goodness. Let them, you know, and there's a sacrificing complex kind of thing with this whole week, even going into the solstice. There's a lot of really deep realizations. Saturn in Pisces, unconscious, higher conscious realizations becoming known. Okay, so we have this Gemini new moon right there. Oh, look it, I just made a big smiley. There we go. We have this big Gemini new moon happening June the 17th, 11:37 p.m., almost midnight here, Corpus Christi, Texas, Padre Island. You will want to look for your own time zone. Also, on this chart, you will see there's blue for water, light blue for air, brown. I said brown. Hello. Brown for Taurus, and then red earth signs, and then red for the fire signs. I like using this one just because it helps people to understand that each of these has an element, and that has a whole meaning in itself. Astrology is like the frequency of the planets and what kind of signals we receive. Okay, it's like a musical symphony of the cosmos. All astrology, and I honor all of it. I even like Vedic astrology. I don't know it as well, but I'm understanding it and I'm exploring it. I'm looking at Babylonian. I'm looking at, of course, Hellenistic astrology. And just looking into all different, even the 13 moon candle or 13 moon calendar from the Mayans. I know a bit about the Mayans and have studied, but I haven't dove super deep. But I have a feeling we're going to have a little guest on soon to explain some of that. So think about that. That's coming probably by the midsummer. Anyway, so back to what I'm saying. I know a lot about this stuff, but I'm not no expert. I'm not like a cookie cutter astrologer. I've been doing this now for almost 8 years. So why is this not? Okay. All right. We got a one-eyed smiley face. Well, I guess we're going to pirate Gemini. It makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Because half of Gemini... Why is this not working? Half of Gemini... right? This half, he has no eye. This half, he has an eye. There you go. Opposites, dualities, thoughts bouncing around like ping pongs. I'm looking at like a pinball machine. Yeah, that's totally Gemini. Totally. All right, so we are looking at this moon right here, conjunct with the sun in Gemini. 26 degrees and 43 minutes. This is happening right there inside of the Uranus space. Okay? Uranus is all about shock and awe, shaking things up, but it's also, wow, cool surprise. I got twins coming. It's also, I can't believe my dad paid off my car, or it's, I got a raise at work and I was not expecting that. Holy cow. It's these great realizations. It's also like, I'll give you a good example. I've been going through all this crap and I'm not even going to go into it. You can go back to the other videos and see. But a lot of things came into resolution. Not complete. There's still that like background energy of I'm like, yeah, this can't be that good. That's my ego speaking through my night side. And then I got this other side that's going, yeah, you deserve this. You opened up. You were allowed to receive. You paid your dues. I think that's more the ego. Okay, thanks. Anyway, there's these two voices. It's like the devil and the angel. And they're talking in our heads. And there's a lot of this mind chatter going around. And if you think that you've got a lot of mind chatter, think about the other person. What are they thinking, doing, with what? You're going to have some surprises, that's for sure. Okay. This new moon is speaking directly over to Neptune. Okay? That is Neptune in Pisces 27 degrees. We've never in our lives ever experienced 27 degrees of Pisces. I'm sorry, Neptune in Pisces. Okay? This is a whole new realm, whole new energy. In each sign, there is 0 to 29 degrees, 30 degrees total in each sign. He's at 2738 there. Okay? Getting ready to station to go retrograde at the very end of this month. When you have Neptune in Pisces squaring off with this needing to really be in a state of flux, this is a big mutability. This is mutable energy, needing to be able to flow with the higher consciousness mind and the analytical mind. Understanding that both must happen in unison together, just like we are creating unity consciousness together, right? Understanding that the things that are coming at you, the ideas, the illuminations to things, the hard sacrifices that you have made, that, Saturn is all about sacrifice. A long time sacrifice. Again, I see the vision of Yeshua. I see the vision of Christ on a cross. The sacrifice that we all make, knowing Yeshua is inside of us all. Knowing that what we do with our lives from here out, if we've come to some kind of clarity, some kind of completion, if we have figured out our way a whole lot more expansively, is that a word, expansively? I think it is. More magnified, more long-term wisdom. It's that kind of wisdom that only 100-year-old woman has, It's that kind of wisdom that can come through with these kind of activations and really embody itself. It's very exciting. All right. Now, also, we are going to have a big, and it's very, very tight, okay? Very tight square with Mercury here in Gemini over to Saturn. I'm sorry, I was meaning to say Neptune a minute ago, but I was pulling in Saturn because I knew I was going there next. I think I got my words mixed up, but the message was correct because that is all about sacrifice with Saturn. We were speaking to Neptune. Thank you for the correction. Sometimes our wires get crossed here. Okay, so Mercury rules and is flying like a space rocket, launched, gone, like it's going super fast, okay? And it just entered into its home sign. So it's happy fast, okay? It's talking, communications, writing, texting, emailing, going places, making plans, changing plans, doing this, blah, 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 flying forward. And it's square over to Saturn. Okay, see right there? Square to Saturn. Saturn is also saying, you've sacrificed enough. I'm going to give you some reward. I really believe, because Saturn is not far off from that world point. And I'm telling you, it's real important that we understand that Saturn is not always the bad guy. Okay? Saturn does reward for sacrifice and hard work. Diligence and integrity. That's what Saturn's all about. Mercury's going to speak and tell some deep wisdoms here, some deep knowledges here. You'll get some communications that'll allow you to really solidify a plan moving forward. You may not be exactly able to act on them because he's about to go retrograde. He's stationed now. He's completely stopped. This is where he's going to stay at 7 and 12. Okay? Then he's going to go all the way back and he'll go back up in here to Aquarius and then come back here. So and this is the first time he's ever experienced retrograde. So in our lifetime, of course, other lifetimes, but it's the first time. So it's a new energy. And I feel like I heard you're going to hear about it. You're going to hear about it. You're going to hear about how this is going to change your life. And then you're going to hear about choices and what kind of choices you can make with this transit, okay? And there should surely will be gossip and strange, more high strange. All right. Also, I wanted to speak to, excuse me, the North and South Node. This is the North Node in Taurus. South Node in Scorpio. Okay? South, North. These nodes, these energy centers. Okay, so I'm a Spica. Speaking? I come from the star cluster Spica, and this is what I'm seeing now. So that is pure energy. Speakings never take form. That's one of my starseed lineages. I have 12 confirmed, probably more coming. But Spica is one of my strongest. Okay? And Spica is right up there in the Virgo constellation, getting close over to the Libra. Right? Yes. Okay, so Spica is an energy, and this is what the nodes are. They are energy centers. They are points in which we can calculate as astrologers, and it tells us where and what kind of eclipses we're going to have. Because most years we have 4 eclipses, 2 moon, 2 solar, okay? But sometimes we have more, or sometimes we have less. But what we're getting at is these energy centers, okay? These are energy centers that drive forward the future, North Node in Taurus, and release, decompose of, break down Scorpio. Scorpio is complex matters have to go, and it's all about simple, steady, but decadence. Taurus is very decadent in what they like and how they do things, and they're slow, methodical, beautiful beings. Scorpio is complex, and I want a lot of different things, and I need it done deeply. And I don't want to hear your surface level simple shit. That's Scorpio. Scorpio's like, we're not going to sit here and have a conversation with you about something that happened to your neighbor the other day. We just kind of like, you get a blank stare from a Scorpio, like, a lot of the time they're not even there. They just shapeshifted. They're standing there and they appear to be there, but they've left. It's a very different energy that this whole world collective has going forward to Taurus, releasing, learning from Scorpio. Also the only money axis, really. Capricorn and Cancer too. Big world power money versus home monies. Kind of in that realm as well. But it's really the money axis. This is why all the things have been changing. Going from this to this to this to this with our money structures and how we handle our values. And, all these new things have come on the market since 18 months ago. Think about it, 18 months ago. And to now, how different it is in the world around anything to do with money, wealth, abundance, other people's monies, loans, all of that stuff, stocks, commodities, all of that, shifting and changing. It's been fucked up. I'm just going to say it. For me, but it's been great at the same time because I've learned a lot and I have a lot to teach, and I have a responsibility because I chose this path. See, that will change. I believe it's July 17th. Where's my calendar? I don't want to misquote myself. I know I do sometimes, and I'm sorry, y'all. I keep up with this as best as I can. Once I'm high in the channel, it's kind of, hey, I was right. Yeah, the 17th. The 17th of July, the nodes will go to North Node in Aries, South Node in Libra, where we'll be looking over the ego and the value and how you hold yourself through the ego. See, right now we've been just preparing for this new ego identity, okay? but we haven't really flushed it. Not really. But we will over 18 months. A lot of people are going to be standing in their power. There'll be a lot of people jumping, and good for them, not good or bad, jumping and maybe jumping too quickly at things, and then, probably shouldn't have done that. That'll be a big energy. We'll get into that in July, and I'll tell you all about the North and South Node. South Node is going to be a Libra, which means we're going to have to really learn from, we're going to have to really release how we do relationship. Also, how our justice system and how things are balanced. You know, I'm feeling big changes around one world laws and more of this upheaval of how things are done, and more grabs and grabs and grabs at power, for sure. Okay, now, also, I want to mention Pluto here that has just entered into Capricorn, okay? Re-entered into Capricorn, ruler of Scorpio. It's Hades. It's the underworld. It's criminals, okay? It's mobsters. It's bad people. It's hateful people. It's corpse. It's oil. Price of oil is all of a sudden gone up. I was raised by a geologist, so I was raised in the West Texas oil patch, and so that's something that I keep an eye on because that's our livelihood. You know, I don't 1,000% love the fact of some of the ways it's done, but I also know I honor the gift of that oil, because when you're raised like that and that's what you know, you understand it. Okay, this is why also we can't judge other people based on what they were, you know, it was their soul's choice to be birthed from this mother and this father and raised in this way. We can learn from our belief structures, but those core essence values and the things that you were raised with are always going to be with you. Pluto over here is talking in sextile down over here to Neptune, okay? Sextile is all about taking action and receiving gift. Taking action and having an understanding of the knowledge. Pluto being retrograde in Capricorn says we must end anything that isn't spiritual, that isn't of the light, that isn't of God. You know, this is like Satan and Archangel Michael battling right here. But battling for the good, because they know that both the night and the light, the shadow and the consciousness is all one stream. This is why even the evilest of the evildoers are also creator. Because they came here to do that job. If there wasn't somebody here to do that job, we wouldn't be able to bounce off of each other in the polarity game of this Earth school. As we're elevating, more and more that's going to go this way, and we may go this way. But you never know what the future holds, right? All you know is what's right now, and being present is very important during this week, going into this new cycle as we have the solstice coming. Also, I wanted to speak to the South Node, is speaking here to Saturn. Bringing structure to form. Literally, decomposite stuff. You know, stuff underneath that's hidden has got to go. You know, Saturn is like cracking the whip, okay? So, like, what am I thinking? Outlander. Pretty much everybody's probably watched Outlander. If you hadn't, I watched it. Outlander when Jamie, oh my God, that amazing Scottish, Irish, he's Scottish man, oh my gosh. But he had to be whipped on the back. Okay? So that's like literally Saturn whipping the shadow, whipping the death, whipping the the corpse energy that's funky. It's got to go. You need to let it go. Stop holding on so tight. This is not a time to hold on and stay fixed and be in your old shit that you've always done. Do the same shit over and over. You're going to get the same thing, right? We can't do that right now. We have to be able to shift and change and do it quickly and understand the clarity is there, or we're going to get whipped. We'll get whipped by Saturn. Whip it good. Da-na-na-na-na. Crack that whip. Yes. I don't necessarily see it that way in my mind's eye, but for some reason the song's coming through. There might be a message there for you. Go check it out. All right, so finally here we have Venus and Leo and Black Moon Lilith all here in the lovely Leo. Venus and Mars. Venus, the planet of beauty, love, refinement, fairness and balance, calm, really feeling into the self-value, the self-worth that we are, being very proud in loving, big heart, egoic at points, bold and courageous Leo. Mars being there. Now, Venus has slowed down. She hasn't stationed yet, but she's slowed down and she's not going as fast. She's getting ready to do her annual retrograde, which will all be inside of the sign of Leo. So we're going to really be working over that Leo house. Mars here, he's going to move on. He will eventually move on into Virgo, and they are separating now. They came as close as they could possibly get. Oh, no, sorry, I'm going to go over here for a bit. So it's kind of like that kind of energy, with a lot of our masculine and feminine within ourselves. It's like, oh, I'm going to do this. No, I think I better do this. Oh, I'm going to go over here. Oh, no, no, I need to go back. It's all of that. Fights, arguments, pulling up on our fears. And the reason why is because, look, it's all trine over here to Neptune. Neptune is the big player with this, okay? Gemini, new moon, is very strong with this Mercury, Neptune, strong square. But all of these others are all talking. Every single one of those are all talking to Neptune. Neptune is the most purest, boundless, limitless, most divine, crystalline consciousness you could ever imagine. And then still, that wouldn't be enough. Keep it spiritual, keep it pure, cleanse. Yeah. Whew. This is also speaking in square over to the North Node and Jupiter that are conjunct, okay? It's also speaking in sextile down to Mercury. There's a lot of words that may need to be spoken that people are kind of like unclear. It's foggy. I'm not sure. You'll have clarity by the weekend. So don't jump. Yes, be flexible, but wait till the weekend if you're in a question. And always, if you're having a hard time with somebody else in their astrology, look at their chart. You can just simply learn so much by someone's sun, moon, and ascendant sign. You don't have to be an astrologer to understand, to go to astrograph.com, get your free birth chart, and then, it was created by Henry Seltzer. He's an amazing astrologer. And this software is very user-friendly, and it's very intuitive. He's very intuitive, and you can tell how it's written, and it's good stuff. So go know those things about that person you're dealing with, okay? If you have a better understanding of who they are, you want to know them at a soul level, look at their Pluto. You want to know how they fucking fight? Look at their Mars, okay? Ooh, did that come through? Anyway. There's the chart. Thank you. Yes, you are. Be very proud of yourself. We've done a lot. We have done a lot. And it's just getting started, but it's nice to have this little bit of a break this week. It definitely is. That's right. Please like, share, and subscribe the channel if you guys don't mind. I would appreciate it. I love you all. Love you, love you. Remember, we had to congratulate Aquarius. I hope that she logs in tonight. I don't know. She may or she may not. Let's go ahead and get that out of here. Oh, crap. Hold on. I wanted to show you this. I have this other chart. We're not going to go over the chart part. I'm just going to show you something on it. Take like 2 minutes. Promise. And then we'll do cards. We're doing cards for all the elements, sun, moon, and rising. So stick around. Okay. Here we go. Let's try this again. Okay. So I want you to look. This is the Gemini new moon. It's just a different kind of chart. Okay. So see here, this right here. Come on. Oh, it's because I don't have it. Anyway, just look here. You can take a screenshot of that if you like. So it shows you the moon, the sun slowing down, of course, because it's becoming full, and when they come together, they slow down a little bit, okay? And then you can always look at, see, Mercury, he's flying fast. He is like kicking ass and taking names. And then Mars is fast. Jupiter is fast, but Jupiter will start slow. Saturn is stationed. That means he is stuck. He is staying until he turns retrograde, which happens right before the Gemini new moon. And then we have Neptune and Uranus going fast. Pluto is retro. Fast, Chiron, Black Lilith. And then the nodes are always going in the opposite direction. Okay. Also, see these score points? So here at the top, you see the moon. And then if you go across, you see where it says score. Okay. This is also how we know how the planets are feeling, how they're feeling. Okay. So it looks like Mercury is the winner this week. He's got a +8. Okay. Also, Jupiter is not doing, so great. This is why everybody's been like, oh, Jupiter, yeah. Well, no, Jupiter's not really doing so great. He doesn't like his placement where he's at. He'd much rather be in fire. Okay. So this is why, sometimes, even though Jupiter is the benefit, he brings gifts into our life. He expands, he magnifies what we focus on, what we truly believe. It is a good fortune to have Jupiter come to any sign. But when it comes into Taurus, it's kind of like a drag. It's a little bit slow. It's not that quick expansion. It's slow to roll. So that's how I know we got to slow our roll a little bit here. Taurus is a +1. Saturn is a +1, and he's stationed to go direct. If that gives you kind of any indication, you see. So I just want to show you guys that. If for those of you that are becoming advanced astrologists and are wanting to learn more, I like to help and see what we can do to make things a little bit more understandable. Okay, that hair, I hadn't even looked at myself. Okay, y'all, I might have taken it a little far. We're trying to embody the Gemini energy. I don't care, I'm crazy. Hey, how you doing, Sandy? Thanks for coming in. Thank you very much, Kat. I appreciate that. Yes. Awesome. Okay, we are starting with Earth signs, it looks like, tonight. Earth signs. Capricorn and Venus. Oh, Capricorn and Venus. What is this? You're expected to bring in the love potions. And I'm not going to say that. Special message for the Capricorns this week. Bring your love potion. Whatever you're about to be doing, bring your love potion. Okay. And they're coming strong today. So that's good. All right. So we're looking at Earth signs, right? Isn't that right? Yeah. Earth signs, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Get to start the card game this week. All right, let's move this off. I need a little drink. And there we go. Okay. All right, kind of. And you're Capricorn. Very good. Very good. Very good. My nose. Okay, I'm not sick. If you're new, my nose runs sometimes when I'm channeling. It's just everything starts to flow and loosen up. So, oh, I forgot one of the most important ingredients. Let me show you. So I have this Lemurian crystal jar. Interesting. They do, huh? Wow. Okay. So here we go. You see this? So this is, if you're just logging in, I see a couple of new people popped in. This is how I charge and begin the process of making a crystalline grid. And I use other crystals, other stones, other things. This is just for my special solstice grid. And I will probably put some, I don't know, Andaras or some colorful ones in. Ooh, my tingles are coming through big time on the top of my head. But let me get myself up there. But this new Lemurian with the inner child healer. See, there's one there, inner child healer. See that? And then another inner child here. But this new Lemurian is being infused with all of this. And then what I like to use, and I have all kinds of different pearl, but this sacred green, you can see that real good. See how it has the flecks of green and gold and earth and then a red here and there. This is some of the most beautiful little mother of pearl. And I like to just and what I'm doing is I'm pulling in the light language. Okay, I'm using the inside of my light side, pulling it in. And because we're in this Gemini energy, we're activating the brain, right? So I'm just going to pull in the light language, pulling it in, because your Tauran field, right, that goes like this. Well, everything has a Tauran field. You have one, I have one, and it's your Tauran field, right? So you're going to pull in your code, what you're going to say, your prayer, your activation, and then you always want to kind of infuse it with something. And so I just sprinkle some of that beautiful, and you don't have to use that much. See, I still have like that much in it was a brand new bottle. It doesn't take a lot. And then I'll set this in the sun. Right now it's going to keep our table charged with all these other lovelies. Also, Lemurians like friends, I have found. Lemurians, like different Lemurians, like I have this Lemurian here. I think I've shown this one to y'all before. It's a pretty big one. It's kind of heavy, so anyway, I always like to put it with it. And then I have another white one and a few other just little ones. But always bring forth, if you're going to use Lemurian code. I have some Lemurian code numerology type cards that have come through that I purchased from a lady, Starseed, out of Mount Shasta. And I haven't worked with them yet. I'm still just charging them and bonding with them and stuff like that and getting what I can through them. Okay, I'm feeling like that I will end up using them to use because they're numerical code. Okay. We on our human mind don't understand this code, but our oversoul, our highest selves, our guides, everybody knows, which they are us too. You know, it's all flow and it's a stream of consciousness, and We may not know, but we must trust. You may not know, but you must trust. Especially you earth signs. Maybe we should have started a new time for the earth signs, because that all just kind of took over here. Okay. Yeah, let's introduce the cards here. Oh. Well, I do have Galactic Mermaid. That's the name of I have a mer type being, but I look more like alien as one of my aspects. It's like a Galactic Mermaid. So yeah, that makes sense. Thanks, Kat. Okay. Yes, congratulations to Aquarius. I sent her a message, but I haven't seen her. She probably doesn't even know. Okay. All right, thank you. There it is. Earth signs. Earth signs: Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. Yes. Tonight, we are playing with the Galactic Heritage cards. We're also going to play with the Psychic Tarot for the heart, and we will use all of these cards. These cards are very different if you haven't used them before. I don't use them very often. Sometimes I just like to use the major arcana, but we sometimes don't feel like with these, they have to come out at special times, and this is a very special time. So this is what we're doing. They're coming in. I'm getting tingled. Okay, earth signs. We're also bringing in the Oracle of the Fairies, because that is very much Gemini energy. And then Tarot of Dreams, because of all of the Neptunian energy. Okay, here we go. Like they're really cracking me around today. For a long time, earth signs, you felt like that you were stranded on an island. And, that's coming to an end. Okay, you're going to have to start shifting. You're going to have to find a boat. You may have already been preparing your boat. But you're going to start paddling away into places unknown. Yes. And when you do, you'll have many surprises. But each of you will move in your own time. But over the next 18 months from the end of July, get your paddle and your boat ready to go. Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Here we go. Two? Yes, two. You have the Eight of Wands. Fast, passionate, powerful arrows of love. This is also very fast movement. This is taking action. Okay? This is feeling as though you need to travel and move forward. This is Sagittarius and Mercury energy. Okay? You're about to take flight. Why? Because of a tower. Your challenge here is to understand that there are shocking moments that come in. There are hard moments that come in. There are intense and dynamic energies that come your way. and you still have to move forward. You see here the rays. Look at the rays of light. Those light codes coming in, giving illumination to you. The shocking, oh, ta-da, there it is. Lightning fast. Three of Swords. Heartbreak card. You have the heartbreak card here. You know, something really has hurt you in the past deeply, like to the core, hurt. This is not easy pain. This is something that you've held on to that's got to go. You see the direction that the lightning is going there, right towards, and I feel like this is definitely, you feel like somebody else has come in and done this to you. But the realization and the fast movement, that fast higher consciousness download that's coming in, may very well be the realization of the fact that this thing that hurt you so much was exactly what you needed in that moment. Yep, there it is. Coming in from outside of you, you have the Ten of Swords. You know, I always say, you know, this is an energy coming in from the outside of you. And I always say I'd rather see a Ten of Swords than a Nine of Swords. Ten of Swords is completion. This is one of the harshest, especially getting it right here after this Three of Swords. This horrible pain that you had to endure. But the realization that it was done for you, because everything's done for us, right? This right here, you know, I want you to see, though, you know, he has the sacred geometry on his back. Or is that dragons? I think it's a little bit of both, actually. But it looks like a bunch of sacred geometry that is special just for this person. Okay, so there could be somebody outside of you that is just hurting so badly. And this is physical pain as well as mental pain. Because anytime you're involved with somebody that has hurt themselves so deeply or hurt you so deeply, because this could go either way for y'all, okay? I'm seeing two different ways here. Whether it was you or whether it was them that did the initial hurting, it's over. You've been illuminated to the situation, and you're still kind of in this haze. You're kind of coming out of this haze, and I feel like my eyes are like I'm not clear. I'm not really there. I'm kind of a shell in the aftermath of it, because this is dead on the floor, but being filled with light through every single sword on there is being filled with light. You see, it is the sun here. The sun in Gemini. This is a Gemini card. These are air cards, by the way. This is air. This right here could be air because it's also like Uranus, but it's also Scorpio, which is deep, dark, death. You're done. It's over. You know, death to your situation. But fast moving, fast communications that are passionate. And when you're at that 8 stage, you know that there's more work to be done, but you're getting there. Okay? Yeah. The Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups. Followed by the Ace of Wands. And let's get the bottom deck, just because I feel like I need the whole shebang here. So you have major life event, major arcana in your challenge position with this Queen of Cups right underneath there. She has mastered. She is the epitome of vibrational frequency balancing. This is emotional intelligence at its best. Sometimes the shadow, though, of this queen is over the top, extra emotional, okay? Feeling and embodying every single thing, every single moment, every single thought, it can get really out there, okay? She's all about the feeling mind, all about the intuitive mind. Now, with this Tower moment, and then this coming in from outside of you after a heartbreak, a deep, very painful heartbreak. Whoever this is, I feel like this is the person that's outside of you that's going to guide you away from this and give you a new beginning. Okay. Taking action, and this could be a Scorpio, a Cancer, or a Pisces, and that could be Sun, Moon, or Rising for them. This Ace of Wands here says, okay, you started out and you were at the 8, but then all this shit happened, and now you're being offered, you're offering to assist in this situation. You're stepping forward as this Queen of Cups, even though you're Earth energy, okay? You're stepping forward poised in grace, controlling your emotions, and knowing that you've mastered being able to flow with things in a nicer way, a softer way, in order to begin again. Look here, this is the chameleon up here too. This, there's this dragon here, and then you have this fiery one wand of passion to start new. It's a seed of creativity. It's a seed of hope. But it's something that it really makes you want to move and try again. So after the heartache, after the loss, after the dead on the floor, tower moments, you will have something that comes in and makes you want to move. There you are, the Knight of Coins right there. Knowing that you have a message to bring to humanity, but that it will take time. Nothing's going to move fast from this point. You'll have a spark, that feeling in your gut that this is the right way to go. And that Knight of Coins is here to say, I'm going to bring you messages on this, but you're going to have some patience with it because it's the slowest knight in the deck. Why? Because this is a solo journey. The 9 of Coins, oh my goodness, this is Venus in Virgo. This is completely and totally and literally and utterly the master. She is the master. She's the master. All the birds just come to her. She's like the Falcon Master, okay? Whatever she does in her life, she masters it, but she knows she can only count on herself. Okay? Slowly, methodically, and simply. Most of you earth signs are pretty cool with that. Okay? But there is a spark and a seed to light under your ass. So don't turn it down when it comes your way just because of all the heartache and the sadness and the shit that you've been through. Okay. Now we are going to get you a card from the fairies. The fairies. Here we go. The fairies for the earth signs, please. The fairies for the earth signs, please. That's it. Flourish. The lotus flower fairy tells you to learn from experience and shed your inner light on any unclear areas of your life or those of others. Shed the light. Shed it. Okay? Can you see that? There we go. That's better. And funny thing was, when we were in the pyramid, because we have a Russian pyramid here, when we were here before, I have a lotus flower back over there, and they were showing me the lotus, and I'm like, a lotus? How do I do a grid of the lotus? And so I've never done a lotus grid, but I had this week the rose and the petals and the nurturing and the mother, staying in this rose consciousness, like almost like sisters of the rose consciousness coming through. And roses have been popping up all around everywhere that I go. But the lotus for you, earth signs, I see in that same type of energy. So you might take that and run with it and see what you come up with. One more of the fairy. One last fairy for the earth signs right there. Lost and found. What was lost is about to be found. Thanks to the Lost and Found Fairy. Call on the Lost and Found Fairy. Sometimes she can help us find things we never even realized that we have lost. It's kind of like that detective work that we're having to do this week, in discovery mode this week. Realizing that you really have never lost anything. It's always been right there. It's always been right here. And it's just a remembering, right? And on the bottom of the deck, you got divination. Embrace your powers of divination, which are especially strong right now. You have the ability to see your current situation with crystal clear clarity. That clarity is coming for all of us. Yeah. Okay, and then finally, for the earth signs, we are going to pull from the Galactic Heritage deck. Okay, made that nice and easy for me. Galactic Heritage for the earth signs, Galactic Heritage, that's it. That's so crazy. I was just thinking in my head, it's the Zetas. Zeta Reticuli, future, enlightenment, okay? These are created in code. So do be sure to take a picture of that. The multidimensionality of the thought process and the things that we see and feel, the behind the scenes stuff. Like, look at that. It's like, it's coded in waves, and crossing in timelines, like the grids that I saw that are getting wider and wider. But it's in a pattern that makes no sense, and it's unclear but clear. So it's both. It's kind of like how we need to visualize and see things. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I will pull it up and give you just a little short first part of it. I'm always happy later if somebody's really interested and they really want a picture of the actual book. I'll always be happy to take a picture and send it to you if you DM me. Oh, where are my eyes? Oh, okay. Zeta Reticuli, the Zetas. Okay. The Zetas had a tangible experience of moving from fear to awakening. A tangible experience. That's earth energy, a tangible experience. But it was not an easy one. Through this crisis, they had to first learn to embrace emotion as a valid part of existence, and then, at the same time, not attach to emotion, but rise above it. Encountering the paradox was essential to their transformation as a species. The same lesson is being asked of you now. Embrace and honor your aspects of who you are, even those that you don't like. At the same time, know that mind, emotions, and body are not who you are. Expand your consciousness beyond them. This is enlightenment. Very cool. And that's it for the earth signs. Thank you for being here. Sun, moon, and rising earth signs, I love you. I know that this is going to be a real important solstice for you. So please do plan, especially being earth energy. You unlike anyone else, y'all, earth energies, people who are heavy on the earth can literally ground code into the planet and not have to do a thing besides stand on it. But if you put intention behind it, it's powerful. Very powerful. All right, that'll do it for the air signs. And thank you. Thank you for being here. I love you. And that over there. What was lost will be found, and you shall flourish. You shall flourish. Absolutely. Watch out for the Scorpio. Okay. Why? She's a sinner. Okay. That's the other thing. I've had some of the weirdest voices coming through, different, stuff coming through all of a sudden. And I'm not kidding y'all, for a couple weeks, I was like, where'd everybody go? I was like, what's going on here? I felt like I had abandoned myself a little bit. And that's not about being a victim, or victimizer or a martyr or any of that. That's just the ego's way of saying I felt like I was lost in what I was doing. And I was doubting myself and doubting where I was on multiple levels. Oh, my nose is just itching like crazy. I hope that means money is coming. Wouldn't that be great? I need that extra because I've lost so much since my son has moved here. It's been a lot. It's taking dedicated effort, okay? This is going to take dedicated effort, okay? This is the 8 of Wands, okay? He is going to stay up all night on that scaffolding and paint that beautiful portrait on the ceiling, okay? He's not going to stop. He's diligent, and he's going to get it done because he feels passionate about what he's doing. I don't even know what sign we're on, so that was just a little freebie while I got the cards warmed up. I can't remember what was said. Let me look again. Earth. No, not Earth. Air signs. Thank you. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Well, Gemini, this is your new moon of the year. Be certain that you're setting intentions. Be certain you're doing some kind of grounding work or painting or, doing something that you are in a creation mode with intention. Be a really good time for you to do that. All right. Let's see. I've got a drink. And get nicotine. Air signs. Let's go. Let's go with the air signs. I'm seeing like an old disco floor. Okay, so like when you used to go to the club and the floor used to light up, kind of like seeing like was it Saturday Night Fever floor and a 70s vibe of some sort here, or 80s, could be 90s even. Well, it has been since 1994 that we have experienced Saturn retrograde happening in Pisces, so that might have something to do with it. Look back to 94 and 95. What were you doing then? You will feel cycles complete by the end of this Saturn cycle for you air signs, okay? Flow. Flow like you've never flowed before, air signs. This is major life event, major arcana. My brain just went flat. See how he's standing and then there's the ripples, okay? So a lot of the time, I'm envisioning back when we went with the Earth Grid Keepers and we went and we go to this little pond. I always go to this little pond. It's out at Padre Island National Seashore. Only do I stop there when I'm doing grid work. You know, it's not a normal just for fun. I go there with intention. Some of you are needing to speak out more. But you see how the ripples go when you throw a rock in the water? You're the rock. Okay? You are the rock here. Wherever you put that rock, the ripples are going to flow out. And it's going to be up to you to stay heart-centered and balanced. Okay? Yeah. Woo! Oh, that one just went flying. Wow. Rebuild. Okay, this is the Tower card. Major life event, major arcana card, right here. 2 of them, back to back. I knew these cards were going to be powerful this week. All right, so the Tower comes in, and I believe the Tower was exactly in this challenge position for the last sign. So if you are an air sign and you have like an earth sign rising or an earth sign moon, this definitely could be you, you know. This right here says that there's sudden actions that are going to be taken that you're going to have to start again on. Okay, that there's things that come in like a flash. There's a lot of things coming in like a flash for a lot of us this week, and multiple. And so I'm seeing like Marilyn Monroe walking up like the red carpet or whatever, and back in the olden days, and they're like, and they got those old time cameras, and it's like, that's the vision that I'm getting on this. I'm not sure. This is gonna kind of blow your mind, in other words, and it may be multiple things that blow your mind, that blow you away. You're like, wow, I can't believe this just happened. Share with love. Okay, the green is cups, water sign energy. This is the 3 of cups here. Okay, so this is realizing that you and others can come together, can celebrate, can be in a loving space, but that you can share from the heart, that you can speak from the heart, that you can offer and give the gesture from the heart, in a celebratory way after these challenges have been met. Okay, so that's not a bad follow-up card. I'm really impressed with that card being right there. Pretty good. This is all higher consciousness energy, and it's stuff that you may not even realize is happening. Okay, your crown chakra is where we receive downloads, codes, messages, the light. Higher frequency Christ consciousness comes through and bathes our heart to be able to communicate and love. Those around you are working on bringing in this beautiful light in order for you to be able to get past this. This is a card coming in from outside of you, which tells me higher consciousness is trying to talk to you, is giving you messages. Are you staying in flow? Are you realizing the impact of your actions? Because win or lose, one person's going to win here and one person's going to lose, but all of us really do win, even if it feels like a loss. Okay? The 5 of Swords. This is a harsh card where sometimes people have to just do harsh things and they're going to leave you hurt, or you're having to be the one that's going to leave you hurt. But whatever this Tower moment is, this challenging, shocking event, maybe possibly multiple flashes of an event coming in, it may not feel fair. It just may not feel fair. Move. Movement in energy, okay? You can sit at a red light in your car and move energy, yes? You can allow the flow, knowing you are the ripple of consciousness in everything that you do, and only this now moment that comes through. Not blinding yourself to it, but understanding that when you move, you're moving energy. We see you. Okay, so we want you to study Tai Chi. Use the Tai Chi movements. Look it up. You may not do it right now, but go look it up. There's videos on the whatever video channel things. Yes. You're moving energy here. And you may have to physically move. Find balance. Okay? This is the Two of Coins. The red cards are coins. Earth energy here for the air signs. This sometimes is too much juggling. This is too many things going on at once. You need to choose something and balance out your situation. Take all of the elements into consideration. Why? Because you have worked this hard. This is the 9 right here, the 9 of coins. Again, the 9 of coins. This is a solo journey. This is you accomplishing and mastering everything it is that you put your mind to. Through balance, through justice, through fairness. Now, let's go ahead and pull from the fairy deck for you. Beautiful earth signs. No, air signs. You may have an earth sign. You may have an earth sign rising or sun, moon. Okay. Walking through the thick trees. We see you walking through the thick trees. And we want you to call upon the fairies. They'll be there waiting for you. Inspiration. Be prepared. You'll soon receive a visit from the fairy of inspiration. Come dusk or dawn, she can call at any time. Okay, so that's interesting. We saw you walking through like a bunch of trees, and I don't know if it was dusk or dawn, but that'll be up to you. And we saw you connecting in with the fairies. Believe in magic. Believe. You must believe in the magic. Open your eyes and see magic that's all around you in nature. The fairy of northern lights says you are part of nature, so you are a magical too. You might have fae energy in your chart there. True wisdom. This tree dried and Dryad will help you navigate through your current situation. Her flute can reveal insights and answers through the sounds it makes. Flute music. That's it. That's what you need to do. Let's go out into nature, walking through the trees, connecting you with the land, connecting you with the fairies. If things become unfair to you, follow back, find your flow, realize that things will balance out, they will become more just, and you may need to move. Generosity, Lyra. Generosity, Lyra. Okay, so we're calling from the Lyrans, all right? The lion beings, okay? Here we go. Number 68. Where are eyeballs? There. Okay, number 68, Lyra, generosity, and this is a future card, okay? An ancient challenge of the Lyrans was to have a generous spirit. By the way, we all have Lyran, every single one of us, okay? They had a fear that if they gave to others, they would not have enough for themselves. Eventually, they healed this pattern. Humans are now facing the same challenge as they explore the issue of generosity. Most people have no problem about being generous when they feel safe. But can you can you be generous when you feel insecure? When we feel safe, we're able to give and give. Oh, I have plenty enough to give here. But can you give when you don't? When you don't have plenty enough? When you're out of funds, or you're out to steam, or you're tired as shit at the end of the day, and that neighbor needs you to come and help tie a rope. Tie a rope. Okay, stop. They are being quite naughty in my head today. I don't even know. Okay, begin. Okay, I'm going back. Stop. Most people have no problem with being generous when they're safe and secure. But can you be generous when you feel insecure? Examine your patterns of generosity honestly. Are you afraid to give, or do you have resistance about receiving? Because what is generosity also about? It is about receiving. Right there, signs? Balance lies in being able to give and receive equally. That is the true path of transformation. Da, 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 da. I am the superpower, superhuman fairy of my life. You can say it. I am the superpower, superhuman fairy of my life. I find balance in all things. I call upon the highest good for all. I give of myself even when I'm feeling insecure, small, and left out. I continue to give because I know, I trust that my higher consciousness is listening. It's not about, dear loves, what you do when everybody's watching. Thank you, air signs. We love you. We send you divine blessings. We hope that as you move forward, you'll remember to connect in with the Fae. They came through very strong for you. Getting very high on the energies. Little high on the energies. Yes. Thank you. You're welcome. Very good. Hello, Ernestine. Yes. Very good. Oh, you are correct, Kat. Thank you for catching that. One of the flowers had a lotus on it. Thank you. Yes, you're welcome. Aaron says, teamwork is dream work. It makes it happen. I believe that to be true. All right, now we are on to water signs. Is water next or fire? Water or fire, guys? So I'm still getting this row, like lots of rowing going on, like if you're a rower. When you row a machine, like, you can feel the resistance when you're rowing a machine, but you feel it all through your shoulders, your back, all of that stuff, right? And you could be rowing a boat. Remember, one of the signs or somebody was told to get a boat. I can't really remember. Stuff starts to fade away. But anyway, the rowing thing is just an example of how you can move energy. You don't necessarily have to get into a boat, but it'd be cool if you did. Like a kayak or something like that. But, using the resistance, it's like pushing it out and pulling it back, but also pushing out at the same time. It's like you use the movement with your body to move the energy. This kind of a jumping timeline June energy, this kind of energy that we're in and out of this month is requiring movement, physical movement. Also realizing before you even start any kind of physical movement to make absolutely certain that you yourself have acknowledged and tuned in to your mental body, your emotional body, and your spiritual body. Bringing it into the physical body. Okay, so your right night side, shadow side. This is probably opposite on the TV, but you know what I'm saying, right? You know you're right. This right here is your mental body here, okay? This right here is your emotional body. You can remember, light is on the left or your heart, okay? Light. And then you have your spiritual body that sets right out front. And you just get them all visually through your highest consciousness view, pull them in, suck them back in through the higher cosmic heart right here. Heart chakra, higher cosmic heart. This is where we enter and leave the body for the newbies that are new to the channel. This is what the Collective 12 taught me a long time ago. Okay, so we're going to do some water signs. Nice. Here we go. Water signs, water signs. Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. Y'all are about to take flight on something. What you have been working on for a very long time is about to take off like a rocket. There's a lot of taking off, a lot of rocket energy. There's nothing being dive bombed at you, by the way. You may get all caught up in your emotion, energy in motion, thinking this is being done to you. That's another big collective energy that you are viscerally seeing this happening as though you're outside of yourself. Remember, it's all orchestrated by you. Dear water signs, especially you Pisces. Sometimes you get lost, and that's okay. We don't make it wrong or right. It is just the energy. And we've got a baby water sign popping out here. This is a youthful naive. The most naive page in the deck. 4 pages out of 78 cards. You got the page of water here, okay? This is Pisces energy. We sometimes always blow our own mind here. Anyway, so this here is going to tell you all about all of the things that you do not know. You just don't know shit. You might as well just say it out loud. I don't know shit. I know nothing. I'm just learning. I'm holding these cards upside down. Followed by the death card. This is Scorpio. This is all about rebirth, rejuvenating your soul in a deep, dark way. This is shadow work at its best, okay? This is shedding the skin of the old self, reinventing the self. Your challenge to go from very extremely naive to controlling complexity. You're not going to see this one coming, they say. It will take a lot of strength. So you have major life event, major arcana card, the strength. This is Leo. And you have major life Scorpio. They're showing us the Grand Cross in the astrology that we had been experiencing for the past 3 weeks. This is not about you playing small here, water signs, okay? This is about you understanding that you have to tame the beast within the self. The transformational process that is happening through the crystalline grid of the planet is a big part of you whenever you connect in with any kind of water element in your area. It could even be a man-made pond, okay? It's all about the fluidity of who you are at a soul level, connecting in and understanding about how to balance the 4 body system within you. Your inner strength sometimes is a little much, and you know this. So you tend to pull it back, pull it back, pull it back. Oh, you're too much, too much, too much. No. You have to be who you are in order to feel as though you're making any kind of progress when you're dealing with this kind of shit. Because, and that came out of the exact same place for the first sign that we just did, air, earth. Earth sign got this same card in the same position. So you may have an earth sign or have strong earth being a water sign, okay? Somebody outside of you is really hurting. Somebody outside of you is done, dead on the floor. And there may have very well even been a death. When you see these 2 cards together, somebody may have already left this physical realm. Let's face it, water signs. There are a lot of people who are going to move on because they can't handle the frequency of the planet anymore. And that's just part of this process, especially seeing as those nodes are in Scorpio and Taurus. And Scorpio, this card here, rules death, being squared by Leo, this card here in the Grand Cross square. Squares are challenges for those of you that don't understand astrology. This is done. This is finished. There's no going back. There's only to rebuild again. That one flew. And there's the Queen of Cups in the exact same position. Y'all saw me. I shuffled the shit out of these. Queen of Cups right there underneath the Death card. This right here is standing in your power, standing in your truth, owning who you are, water signs, through it all. And you may very well have to walk away from this situation because they're young, they're naive, okay? They're not knowledgeable like you are, water sign. They want them both. So followed by the Queen of Wands. So you have 2 queens here. You have the Fire Queen and the Water Queen. You have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and the 8 of Wands. Again, this also came out in one of the card reads. So it's going to take passions and it's going to take your intuitions. It's going to be able to mold. You're going to make steam out of this entire situation. But the problem is you may be left where you cannot see. So therefore you run. So therefore you go. So therefore you shoot for the stars. In a refining way. Because that's the only way you know. There's just no other way to do it. This is also information coming in fast. So if you're waiting on a decision and you're feeling like you're having to battle, this is also, we feel strongly that this is strong communications coming in for you after a very challenging period. Yeah, there's a fairness, there's an equality to this, there's a justice that comes in here with this King of Swords. You know, understand that sometimes you have to learn to be more flexible, but also stern. It's balancing that duality, right? Ooh, and we're getting tingled up and down on the light side here. The 4 of Cups. Why did you have to get balanced, stern. This is the Judge card, okay? This is also taking off with the Galactic Federation of Worlds. Literally leaving, going, bye. This is going home again, even. Okay, this is astral travels, out of body, off planet. This is the boredom card. The Four of Cups is emotional boredom. It's also feeling hungover because you overindulged. And quite honestly, with these cards, I would not blame you. Thank you to the water signs. We will get you some fairy cards. Let's see what the fairies have to say. Let's see here. This is not an easy one for you guys. Tree wisdom. The tree dryad, again, will help you navigate through your current situation. Her flute can reveal insights and answers through the sounds it makes. Flute music in the woods with the tree, or on the beach near a tree. You need to connect in with a tree this week. Tree ground. Such a beautiful Tai Chi process to do a Tai Chi tree grounding. This is one video we've been wanting to make for forever. Life energy. The happy fairy of sunshine brings you life-giving energy. She reminds you to shine your light, to reveal anything in the shadows that needs to be healed. Look how bright and beautiful. I mean, she is just vibrant. She is life itself, honoring all of life, honoring all beings as the life energy, the live force that's living, that is what we are. And on the bottom you have transformation. There you go. Deep, dark, transformation. Same card here as the death card, okay? The fairy tells you to surrender to transformation in your life that is happening for your highest good. Embrace your transformation. The best is yet to come, water signs. And finally, we will pull you a Galactic Heritage card. The Galactics. What do the Galactics have to say? What do the Galactics have to say to the water signs for this week? What do the Galactics say, please? Right there. Thank you. Lyra. Past. Number 11, too. Master number. Pioneering spirit. The early beginnings of the Lyran civilization were filled with excitement about exploring the universe. They expanded their colonies rapidly, and the civilization grew quickly. This is fast, passionate movement. This is Lyran fast movement. Lost my space. These were the first forefathers of human heritage. Having a connection to this early Lyran time, you also have a connection to this pioneering spirit. This spirit compels you to explore both the physical and the metaphysical worlds. While this is a healthy pursuit, the lessons of the Lyrans will have shown that this desire for exploration must also be balanced with daily life. It asks that your explorations be a way to embrace the physical life, not escape from it. Yeah, that's the problem here. You have to be able to balance both physical reality and metaphysical reality throughout the daily life, in a day-to-day practice of presence. It sounds like, oh, okay, so easy. No, it's not. It's not. Even the masters sometimes fall. Take your pioneering spirit And that almost even looks like a rose. Is it a rose on fire? Oh my, it looks like a universe inside of a something with something on fire. These are all highly coded, just the pictures themselves. Look, let's see if I can make it. There you go. Okay, thank you to the water signs. Sending you so much love and light. Thank you for being here. Honor your shadow. You're going through deep shit. You got this though. You got this. There is no other choice. Be that lion. Be the lion. Be the roaring lion. And it's either you or somebody else hurt. I kind of, normally in that position, it's always the person on the outside, but for some reason tonight, that outside, coming in from the outside of you card kind of feels like it could be you. Okay. Now we're on to the Psychic Tarot of the Heart. These cards are mainly about, it's by John Holland. I can hear you in the YouTube replay. People, I can hear little voices coming through my head. So this is all about love and relationships, but we're using it in a regular spread. So this is why the cards look a little different if you're wondering about these cards. We don't bring these cards out often. It's only when we're especially called for a special reason. Hey, 222. There's a master number right there. Poppies. I don't know. Poppies, fire signs. Maybe it's a poppy. Maybe it's your poppy. Or maybe it's poppies. But poppies are coming through. Saw them, smelt them. I don't know what they smell like. They just kind of smell like red velvet cake. Water signs. No. Fire signs. If you're new, I always get a little high towards the end, so it gets a little... There we go. All right. Fire signs. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius are hot, passionate, go get it done fire signs. What would we do without our fire? Be sure when you go out and you do your ritual with ceremony, you probably already know this, but you, of all people, is very important. You don't use just some symbol for fire or something. Something that is... a sunstone sometimes can use is you don't have a candle or you don't have some way to make a fire or whatever, you can sometimes use sunstone, and that is a symbol of fire. But this time, no. We're shooting it down. We need you to light the fires for solstice fire signs. That's it. Seek. This is the Hanged Man. You are seeking something here. Deep wisdoms. Looking at things from a different perspective. Knowing that you've put yourself there. You've literally put yourself in a different state of consciousness in order to see things in a different way. And the visions. There'll be big visions. This came out, I think, 3 times tonight. Dedicated effort is a big theme for this week. staying diligent, staying dedicated to what your passion is. What is your passion, fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, sun, moon, or rising? Yes, we hear you too. If you're in a passionate state for what it is that you're doing, miracles happen all around you. And you just get into this flowy fire, right? You're just passionately creating music, or you're creating arts, or maybe you're just passionate about your athleticism, or whatever it might be for you. Maybe you're passionate about cooking. You know, maybe you're passionate about learning and you want to become the guru of all gurus, but hey, we're gonna bust your bubble there for a minute. Nobody's a guru, we're all the same. Reach out, reach out, reach out, reach out. So the Three of Wands is like what we call the law of attraction card, right? When you learn to master through passion your deepest wants and needs and beliefs, you can bring what it is and let the energy of passion do the work. This is also about bringing together other people in a passionate way. Somebody outside of you may be walking on. They may be having to leave. There may be somebody that needs to go do their own thing. You may not understand why, but we feel like for certain this is someone outside of you who is walking the other way. All right? And this right here, with all of your efforts and you seeing things from a different perspective, even though it may be painful, because this is a cups, this is water energy, it's emotion, okay? This right here tells me this has been something that you've needed more effort, but it wasn't given. And we can't change past, right? Even if you're reaching out, like I feel you just like longing, like wanting, like why did they go? Where did they go? How do I recreate this in a better way? I shoulda, coulda, woulda. Don't should all over yourself, fire signs. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Share with love. The Three of Cups. This has also come through twice tonight. It's a celebratory. It's a coming together in unison with neighbors and friends, siblings. This is Gemini season, okay? Knowing that your heart is in it through the communication, through the sharing of your heart. Even if that means you continue to stay dedicated to your own passions, even though somebody has left. No, I'm not taking all of those. Come on. Give me it. That's it. I feel overwhelmed, almost like I can't breathe all of a sudden. I feel like I'm blocked, like I can't breathe, like my choke, like the air has escaped my esophagus. Flow and nurture. On the bottom, find balance. This has also come out multiple times. Too many things. This is earth energy, balancing two coins. Too many things. You're juggling things. Things are happening behind you. You're not even watching because you're too much juggling all of these different things. Pick one. The rest can wait. Why? Because you're the manifesting magician of your life. This is major life event, the Fool. I'm sorry, this is major life event, Magician, that comes after the Fool. You have all the tools you need. Find balance. Pick one. Understand you are birthing. This is Mother Gaia supporting you in your birthing process. Whatever it is that you're creating here, whatever it is that you're focused on, diligently dedicated to through your passions. Are you balancing in the rituals of your life? Are you balancing the physical with the mental, the emotional, and the spiritual? Knowing that you make an impact every single time you do so. This will help you to find balance. Okay, now we are going to pull from the fairy cards, for the fire signs. Okay. Abundance. Prepare yourself for the incoming abundance. Release any mental blocks you may have in fairyland and in human land. There's enough abundance for everyone. I am open to receive all abundances in all forms for the highest good of all. I am open to receive all abundances in all forms for the highest good of all. I am open to receive all abundances in all forms for the highest good of all. 3 times. Hidden depths. Something hidden is about to come to light. Perhaps a secret or a memory to take you, a memory at the back of your mind. I was going to say to take you back. When we expose what is hidden, we become free. Magical gateway. It takes courage and trust to venture out into the unknown. Yet this is where the greatest rewards are. It's time to step boldly forward without looking back. There's 2 walkaway cards. Okay? You see? 2 walkaways. Backs turned. You invested a lot into this, or they invested a lot into this, but it's time. The gateway is here. Now for the close, we will pull a Galactic Heritage card. 1 Galactic Heritage card, please, for the fire signs. Okay. Community, the association of worlds. Wow! 96. You got 96. The association of worlds. Interesting. And this is all about the parallel. Okay? On the parallel plane. It's not the past. It's not the future. It's the parallel. In association, the Association of Worlds is a unified group that includes many extraterrestrial and interdimensional species who have joined together as representatives of this galactic community. They have worked with humans for a very long time and look forward to the day when Earth people are included in this group. They represent equality, balance, and loving service. You pulled this card because you have a connection to this group and it is positively affecting your life every day. This card stresses the importance of building community on Earth, which prepares us for joining the community in the stars. Inashete mehai kinaurun shikimo kakai ona shikimona henete inotikai inora kemosha mokai no inna shuku kai wana miukurisha nanai anatuna makina hai ona shike manahenai ona late me shike ai Thank you to the fire signs. We are sending you so much passion, so much love. Somebody's walking away. It's meant to be right now. If it's you walking away, it's meant to be. Trust your guidance. Call on your galactics. They'll help you, they'll assist you. Trust the guidance received. It's been a lovely evening. Next week, we will be back here at the same time on Tuesday, and we will do a crystal grid ritual with you. If you have some small stones that you would like to gather, that would be great. If you have a few herbs that you would like to use, maybe a bay leaf. I'm pretty sure we'll probably burn a bay leaf. We always like to, write our intentions on the bay leaf and then burn the bay leaf as part of our ritual. So, crystal grid activation, so important. Get out on the land and do your crystalline grid activations, or just simply put a rock in the water, or take a stone and set it where you're called. Really good time frame over this next week or two to be doing this kind of work. All right, so thank you all very much. You are so very welcome. Thanks to everybody who came and had fun with us tonight. Would really appreciate it if you would. If you're on Facebook, please go to the YouTube, like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Helps us to connect in and raise our frequencies together each Tuesday night. I'm sending you so much love for this beautiful Gemini new moon. Remember, wait 24 to 48 hours before you act upon your intentions. It's okay to plan, but don't act until you see the slither in the moon. And we'll be back here next week, and that'll be about the right time when we see it in the sky. So have a beautiful weekend and have a really safe week. And stay in your awareness, stay present, stay in your now, listen to your intuition. There's a lot of fast moving energy this week. And by the weekend, I feel like it's going to become still. Walk in the light and spread the sparkle. You are the God Spark. Good night. I love you.